Hi, hello, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Zoe, and it has been a minute. I have been MIA from YouTube for over 2 months, a month and a half, way too long, and I am so sorry for that. Life has been hectic. I just feel like I've just hit this roadblock where I feel like nothing I create is good enough. Nobody wants to watch me past like 60 seconds. And I just needed some time to process what I was actually wanting to create, especially on YouTube. I'm definitely still in the process of trying to figure out what that looks like and what it looks like on this platform, but in the meantime, I am still going to be putting out content. There will be shorts, continuous ongoing daily content on other platforms, but I just need to kind of figure out what it is that I want to do on YouTube. A couple weeks ago, I said that I would sit down and film a Get Ready With Me and answer some questions that have been asked from you, and I do plan to do that today. I have lots of really good questions. We can sit down and chat and just have a conversation while I get ready. And maybe while I'm doing that, you can kind of let me know in the comments what kind of long form content you want to see from me. And that can kind of help me plan my summer schedule for filming and really just try and get together like an actual schedule and plan for filming for the next couple months. So I do have some other content to make this afternoon, so I need to put some makeup on. So I'm gonna grab my makeup stuff, we'll sit down, we'll chat, we'll go through some Q&As that you've asked me over on Instagram. I also went shopping this morning, like I had to get groceries, and I went to Giant Tiger and they had the cutest stuff. Let me show you. So I will be doing like a little try on haul over on Instagram and TikTok, but look at how cute. Okay, so this is like a little linen dress. I got the same one in blue and white. Maybe at the end of the video I'll throw them on for you guys to see because they're just so cute. I got this little like t-shirt dress. I got this nightgown, which is so soft, so cute, the little cherry print. I also got Marlo a few things. I got her this watermelon dress. I got her this super cute like happy face emoji dress and this little like cheetah print with the daisies. How cute is that? Pardon the balloon arch right here. It was my niece's birthday a while ago and we still have it up. I haven't taken it down yet. So we're just celebrating every day with a balloon arch in my house. Let's just jump right in. I'm gonna do like a very like neutral look today. But I think I'm gonna do fuller coverage because my skin has not been my friend lately. I just want to hide it away under a blanket of makeup. So I'm going to start with this Jack Black lip balm with SPF in it. SPF is my friend in the summer. And then I'm going to go in with this Versed Dew Point moisturizing cream and a sunscreen. Versed Guards Up Daily Mineral Sunscreen, SPF 35. Let's get into some questions. Let's start off with, do you go to church and what does your hubby do for a living? Oh boy. So, church. No, I don't personally go to church. I don't take my family to church. I did go to church growing up, but I don't any longer. I was raised United. So very open, casual. On the scale of religion, I feel like it's a very like accepting form of religion. I really enjoyed going to church as a child, but I think it mostly came down to going to church for the community, like the aspect of it where I, you know, met friends and got to sing and got to, you know, do crafts and like just the aspect of being together as a community was really great for me growing up. But no, I don't currently go to church. But I would say I'm a very spiritual person when it comes down to things. I don't know that I have like a specific religion or anything that I believe in. I'm very open-minded in that sense. What does my hubby do for a living? So he is a manager for a robotics company. He works in the quality department. He's very much like techie, hands-on, intelligent, very good with like, you know, robotics and like technology and things like that, where I'm more of like the people person. So I think we like balance each other really well. Yeah, he works for a really great company. He really enjoys it there. He's been there for a while. And yeah, it's definitely his calling to be working with computers and robots and things like that, which is amazing. I'm so proud of him. Okay, sunscreen is on, moisturizer is on, and I think I'm gonna start with my eyes today. Would you sell me feet pics? How much will you pay me? Probably not enough. What is something you've always wanted to learn? Ooh, that's a good question. So I'm gonna go on this Urban Decay primer potion on my lids. I have always been very like interested in the arts. Like growing up, I took singing lessons, I took acting lessons, I went to school for acting, like college for acting. I wish, now I will say this, it's never too late to learn something, but I do wish that I would have taken up more instruments when I was younger. I would have loved to know how to play an instrument. I do very poorly know how to play a guitar. And I guess I did learn French horn in my music class in high school. I can't remember it to save my life though. And like regarding the guitar, I probably know like a few chords and can kind of like strum it together, string it together vaguely, but no, I definitely wouldn't say I'm like good at it by any means. Base is on, and I'm gonna use this hard candy palette I got the other day for inexpensive makeup. Like this palette was $5. This is great, and you get so many really pretty colors. Would you ever dye your hair brown? And what is your favorite childhood memory? Okay, so my natural hair color is dark brown, like very, very, very dark brown. I would probably eventually go back to that color, like my natural color. I don't know that I would really like mess with like an in-between color, but I would go back to like my natural color probably eventually. I'm just not ready to give up the red just yet. I really do enjoy it. And it's kind of like a fun but easy and like low maintenance color for me to have. I love blonde, but I just can't keep up with it. Like and my hair can't handle it either, because my hair is naturally so dark. Like, do I want to do pinks or do I want to do like this kind of like goldy color? I think this will clash with my green. Maybe I'll just stick with like true neutrals. Favorite childhood memory? I mean, I have so many like really good memories of when I was younger. Like so many. I don't think I could narrow it down to just one, but I honestly have like a memory of when I was like happiest, and I remember feeling like the happiest that I'd felt as a child, and it was during the fall time. And I think that's why fall is like my favorite season, is because I like equate fall to like this memory. And we were at my childhood house, and there was this big maple tree on the property, and we had this huge tire swing that hung off of it, and I was on the tire swing. I was completely by myself. I don't even know how old I was. Maybe I was like 8 or 9 maybe. I was young, but I wasn't too young. And I was sitting on this tire swing, and I was swinging, and it was like a sunny, chilly fall day. Everything smelled like fall, you know, that fresh, but like almost like not rotten, but like decompositioning, like decomping leaves. It was fresh. It was like, I just remember closing my eyes and I could feel the air on my face as I like swung, and I just felt very at peace. And I was a very anxious child. I'm a very anxious human. I'm a very anxious adult. But I just remember feeling so calm. Whenever I'm stressed out, I kind of bring myself back to that memory. What is your favorite movie? If you could be any animal, what would you be? Favorite movie is... Okay, I have like a ton of favorite movies. I love watching Harry Potter. I really enjoy the movie Spirited Away. Funny movies, I really love like Superbad and I Love You Man. Like they're so silly but so funny. I love like Donnie Darko. I love Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. That's one of my favorites. Gosh, I have so many favorites. I don't think I could pick just a favorite, and I'm probably missing so many too, but I can't think of any right now. Okay, and then if I could be an animal, what would I be? I don't know. Like maybe like something, either like a bird, which is interesting because I'm horrified of heights, but I think I like the idea of like being in the air and being free while not being afraid, because I'm so scared. or like a whale or something in the ocean that like I could be like swimming freely. I think that the idea of freedom is very like appealing to me. So a bird or a whale. I think I'm done my eyes. They're very basic, but I think I'm ready to move on because I wanted to keep it very subtle today. So I'm gonna move on to my face now. I'm going to skip primer and I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. That's gonna be my primer. It just gives like a really nice base, like glowy, shimmery, but also very like natural. That's gonna be my primer. Who would you love to collaborate with, and are you getting lashes again? Okay, so who would I like to collaborate with? I don't know if they mean like a person or if they mean a brand. So let's talk about both. If it were a person, honestly, I would be like tickled pink to like see my like amazing friend Sarah in person, Sarah Dickey Cupcake, and like just do all the videos with her in person. She lives across the country from me. She's out west and I'm in Ontario, and we have been friends for, I would say like a couple years now, and I would just like be so happy to see her and squeeze her and like obviously make content with her, but I just want to see her like and be with her in person. We're just like, it's so interesting having like such a good friendship when never having met each other face to face. Internet friends are such an interesting thing. And if it were a brand, oh, there's so many. Obviously, like the obvious would be like Diet Coke, Tim Hortons, like my go-tos, McDonald's, like those are my faves, like the things that I use daily. Like I love Tim Hortons steep tea. I love, you know, McDonald's, you know, Diet Coke, but then I also like their food, and I love Diet Coke in general too. So like those would be my go-tos. Or like teas, like Tetley tea, Pure Leaf tea. So that would be like my dream brands food-wise, I guess you would say. I'm sure I'm missing some. If it were like clothing, oh, that's tough. Old Navy I love. I would love to work with them. Would love to like work with Joe Fresh one day. My favorite makeup brands, like I love L'Oreal. I love like The Body Shop. I'm just looking at my makeup right now. I love Maybelline. I love it all. So honestly, I have so many like dream brands. So I couldn't just like narrow it down to one. Oh, and I would love to work with Dove one day too. I feel like Dove was the first brand that I actually like recognized and loved their brand past their products, if that makes any sense. Like this was years ago when social media was like just becoming a thing, and the way that Dove like released campaigns and talked about like what they stand for as a company, and like, you know, showing models that are, you know, older versus younger, and like natural and like bigger and smaller. Like I just felt like as a company, I had never been seen more than by Dove. I don't think I brought like foundation down. That is my skin tone color right now. I didn't. So are we gonna do like a natural look today? So I'm gonna go with this CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk. This is a very like subtle foundation. Am I getting lashes again? And then also favorite holiday on Animal Crossing. Ooh, oh my God, what is this person? I like your moon-shaped face, gorgeous. Is that a compliment? I don't even care. People are stupid. Okay, are you getting lashes again, and favorite holiday on Animal Crossing? Lashes. I was honestly just thinking about this today. I don't know. I was just thinking about this today. I have no idea. Yeah, I would like to get lashes again. I feel like, okay, there's a lot of pros and cons about lashes. The pros are just having eyelashes on is a really great way to just like have a makeup free face but still feel like done. For me, I mean, obviously you don't have to wear eyelashes to feel beautiful, but I feel beautiful when I have them on. I also really enjoy like not having to wear mascara, because mascara does bother my eyelashes. Again, you don't need to wear these things to be beautiful or to, you know, feel done up. But for me, these are just things that I do that I like. The cons are like very conning. That makes sense. They're expensive. Like, you have to go every 3 weeks, and I'm like dropping like $100 every 3 weeks to get them filled. Like, I know that may not seem like a ton of money, or it may seem like a huge amount of money that you would never spend. Like, but at the same time, like, it's a lot of time and it's a lot of money. On top of that, my eyes have been really bothering me this year regarding like seasonal allergies, and I thought that normally by now my allergies are gone. They have been so bad, like worse lately because of all the fires. I think I feel like I'm constantly just wanting to like rip my eyeballs out of my head. They're so itchy, and when you have eyelashes on, you can't, like, I can't wash, like I can't rub my eyes, I can't wash them, I can't, like, and I put in like eye drops every single day, multiple times a day, because of my allergies. I would like to get them again, and I'm sure I eventually will. I just, not right this second. What's my favorite Animal Crossing holiday? Oh, I miss Animal Crossing. I need to play some more. I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer. Okay, favorite holiday. I think Halloween. I had to think about that. I enjoy all the holidays, but I really enjoy doing Halloween and Animal Crossing, and I really enjoy like cherry blossom season too, because the island just looks so pretty. And it's not a holiday, but like shark season. I love catching sharks. Let's go for a couple. So what's the best advice you have to help someone truly learn to love the skin they're in? And then, are you still involved with theater/acting, or do you plan to be in the future? Okay, so let's tackle the love the skin you're in one first. I am a strong advocate for body autonomy and finding what it is that works for you as a person. And I do believe that that can change as you get older, as you know, as your life changes. Instead of looking at my arms and saying, oh my God, my arms are so flabby, I have stretch marks, I have cellulite, like, oh, it's so frustrating. Instead, I look at it like, wow, look at how, you know, strong my arms are. I've held my babies. I've lifted up my 85-pound dog into my car. You know, I lift bags of dirt and mulch in the garden when I'm like, I am so proud that these are my arms and what they can lift for me in this world. So finding little like positive aspects about the parts of you that maybe you're not as comfortable with definitely helps. Theater and acting. Am I like currently doing anything, or would I do anything in the future? So, no, I mean, I'm not currently doing anything in regards to that, like in my personal life, or I guess like my creative life. But I do find a really big part of my job feels like acting. Like, especially when I'm working on like brand collaborations, I get to create and like film and like sometimes even write scripts for collaborations, and I think that that's really fun. Also, like when I get to create freely, you know, online, where I get to make like videos and stuff like that, I get to actually like have like be a creative director, and I get to create like, you know, a scenario, and sometimes that does involve acting. So I think that that's really fun, and a part of my job and like life that I get to kind of put together in the same category or the same box as acting. So it doesn't feel like I'm not using it. It just feels like I'm using it in a different sense. But I would love to do something more official with that in the future. Are you looking forward to any vacations coming up? Would you ever live in a different country? And do you want more children? I know that's a lot, so hopefully I remember them. Vacations coming up. Yes, I do have one coming up in the summer. We are going to visit my family out east, like Halifax, Nova Scotia area, which I'm very excited about because I've never been out east before. That's the only for sure holiday that's coming up. Obviously, if anything else comes up, I'm sure I'll be excited for that too. I honestly don't think I'd want to live in another country. I would live in another country temporarily, but I don't think I'd ever permanently move to another country. Mainly because I am very comfortable with my existing situation. But on top of that, I would never want to leave my family and like be so far away from them. I feel like every time I do a Q&A, the question comes up, do you want more children? And I always answer it the same. I will say this, I had absolutely no desire for more children up until like not that long ago. I think it was shortly after my niece was born. And now that she's getting into like that fun age where they're like learning so many things so quickly, I do miss that feeling of like watching your children grow and learn and explore. And like obviously I'm still experiencing it because I have a 2.5-year-old and a 6-year-old, and I get to watch them learn and explore and grow. But I do kind of miss that baby stage. I do not want to have more children, but I do miss that feeling of like, I don't know, like the baby and watching them like grow like leaps and bounds, like in a matter of like weeks and days even. I do miss like pregnancy. I think pregnancy is such a beautiful thing. I had fairly good pregnancies for both my children. Of course there was like a few hiccups here and there, but overall like such good pregnancies. So I do miss that for sure. And I do miss the idea of like not having that ever happen again, but I've come to peace with it and I'm okay with it. And I am so happy that I have 2 amazing children. And yeah, and I'm also very excited to like sleep again. Like I have a 2.5-year-old and I still don't sleep. So one day. Someone also asked about skincare products. I did show a couple today. I love Versed products. There's another Versed product. I really do love the Body Shop products too. Those are like probably like my go-tos, is Versed and the Body Shop. What are some daily or weekly practices you engage in that make you feel happy? And then how old are you? Okay, so I think that, you know, little bursts of joy are so important, and finding what those are for you is just as important. So I've learned that there are certain things that I do that I just like get so excited for. And it's not like things that you would like typically think of as like happiness boosters, but I will tell you what they are for me. Because for me, I mean, obviously what that looks like for me is going to look like so different for you and everyone else. But for me, I love, you know, waking up in the morning and, you know, getting a hot tea and like sitting down with my kids, getting them breakfast, and like just like watching them have their breakfast and chatting with them, and like just drinking a cup of hot tea in the morning is like the best way that I start my day. I'm very bad. I could never be a beauty creator. I'm just putting in some Rare Beauty blush in the shade Happy. I'm looking sunburnt. Oh my gosh. I also love playing Animal Crossing. That really calms me down during the day. You know, seeing my daughter after school, seeing my son after like daycare, and then seeing my husband. Like seeing my family members, like my immediate family members when I haven't seen them for a few hours is just such an uplifting thing for me. I get so excited. Okay, so let's do the how old are you? Someone wants to know what eyebrow tint I use. I am 32. Yeah, I'm 32. I had to think about it for a sec. I'm 32. I'm using the Revlon Skin Lights highlighter. It's one of my faves. I use the Tattoo Brow by Maybelline, and it is super easy. It's super satisfying because you can peel it off. I don't have anything on my eyebrows right now product-wise except that eyebrow tint, and I did it yesterday. I will link it in the description below if you want to take a look. How did you learn to make social media profitable? What would you recommend? And then your kiddos are adorable. Do you find it challenging as a working at home mom? So those kind of like go hand in hand. So let's start with working from home, being a parent. Yes, it is challenging. It was especially challenging like when my daughter wasn't in school. Granted, I wasn't as busy at that point as I am now. Now it's more like a full-time job, where before it was more like I'm doing this for fun / making a little bit of money on the side. Now this is like my actual sole income, and like it's a career at this point. Navigating that weird in between of like work time versus like parenting versus like being a partner, being a spouse, like being a mom, like it's very hard to like organize myself. I always say like I'm never ever jealous of people's like income. I'm never jealous of their success. I'm never jealous of their fame, but I am jealous of those who have like a community or a team behind them, like the creators who have like help, like assistants and like people to help in that regards. Like I think that would be like a dream for me, is being able to have like more than just me as like the team for Zoe Potter, because I'm terrible at like staying organized, and like I would love that one day. Maybe one day, I'm manifesting. So what has helped me greatly is that I do have care for my youngest, who's 2.5, Theo. He goes to my mom's 2 days a week and my in-laws 1 day a week. So 3 days a week, I have like full work days. They're not like a 9 to 5. I get like 4.5, 5 hours in the middle of the day that I can kind of like, you know, do dedicated work where it's literally just me in my house and I'm able to like film, I'm able to plan, I'm able to organize, I'm able to do bookkeeping, all that. And on top of that, if I ever have like deadlines or anything like that to make, I have weekends when my husband's home. Your face is done though. Oh, and I forgot that I had this too. I always forget about products until afterwards. I was gonna use this little like glow kit for highlight and then also like, whatever. Next time, talk a little bit about content creation while I do my brows. I'm using the NYX Thick It Stick It, which is my go-to. I'm mixing shades Brunette and Rich Auburn. Let's talk a little bit about like navigating social media as your career and like what kind of steps I would suggest to get there. So first and foremost, yes, this is my career now, but I'm very like realistic in the sense that like social media is like you're relying on another thing fully. I wouldn't say risky, but kind of risky when it comes to using it as like your way of an income. Like as someone who's had their account deleted for absolutely no reason and I've lost like an entire platform, I'm very aware that this can be gone any second. I'm still very like cautious with my spending. I'm still very frugal. I'm all about saving what I can where I can and realizing that like this may not be a forever thing for me. I'd love for it to be a forever thing for me, but I'm also very realistic in the sense that I know that that's not, you know, always the case. Another thing I would definitely say is like, don't put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to social media. So don't be like, I want to be an Instagram creator and only create on Instagram. Create on as many platforms as you can handle. I create on Instagram, but I also create on TikTok and I also create on YouTube. And I'm tapped out. I know, I recognize that I'm at capacity. I know that I can't add anything else into that because I will be doing too much. What I like to do is I cross post a lot of my content, but then I create new specific content for those platforms. So say for instance, you're comparing like my Instagram to TikTok to YouTube. On YouTube, you get my long form content. On Instagram, you get stories where I'm like there daily showing up, talking to you. And then on TikTok, I do casual content here and there. So it's very like laid back stuff that you wouldn't find necessarily on Reels, and also longer form, you know, short form content on TikTok as well. And then honestly, from there, I would just suggest taking your time to plan what you want to talk about, like what you're passionate about, what you want your page to be about, and planning content. Before you actually start posting content, just plan it out. And I'm not saying spend a ton of time planning content for like months wise, but take like 2 to 3 days where you're literally writing out what kind of content you want to create. Think of a couple series that you can do that you would enjoy doing, that you can create ongoing content for, and plan out your content and then just start posting. Post as often as you can handle. The platforms love when you post regularly. I try to post daily across the board. And that's how you start, and just keep pushing. And then once you have a community, you can then start, you know, whether it be on YouTube where you can get monetized, they start paying you for your content. Or you find, you know, brands you really like that you can work with, they'll start paying you for content. The most important thing is finding what you're passionate about, and then actually creating consistently. Okay. Ow! Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this foundation is stunning. I really hope it lasts because like holds up well during the day, because it's just so nice. Okay, I really like this question. What are your favorite things about Andrew? And you used to show yourself taking medication for your mental health. Do you still take those? Andrew. What do I love most about him? Literally everything. He's honestly my best friend. And I know some people are like, my partner's my best friend. But realistically, Andrew and I were like best friends. We were friends definitely before we started dating. We've known each other since we were like 15. We became like really good friends in high school, near the end of high school, and continued that like into college. And then we started dating in college. So it was such a natural progression. And I think that that's what helps in our relationship, like keep things alive, is that even when we're having like frustrating times, or like we're going through hard things, you know, or one of us is experiencing something difficult, at the end of the day, I have my partner, I have my husband who I love, but I also have like a best friend that I can talk to and rely on, which is so important. I love how caring he is. He's genuinely one of the most caring people I've ever met. He's also incredibly smart. He's funny. I just like, he's handsome. Like, I just love everything about him. He's so easy to talk to. He's such a good dad. Like, I literally can't say enough about him. Like, I just adore him. And I love spending time with him. Like, I like get genuinely excited when we get to have like alone time, which is very rare because we're parents. But like, even in the evening, we get to hang out together and like, you know, do things, and like we get to go on like little date nights every once in a while. And like, I just get so giddy and excited for those because like, I just genuinely love spending time with him. I used to take medication for my mental health, and I used to show that in my What I Eat in a Days. Yes, so I did. I was on antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication for a while. I also used to take birth control, and I used to take those in my videos. And yeah, I took them because, I showed myself taking them because I wanted to take away the stigma of having to take medication, whether it be for, you know, something as simple as birth control, or, you know, something as more serious as taking medication for your mental health. I suffered from very, very severe postpartum depression after I had Theo. It was also not just postpartum depression, but postpartum anxiety, the whole situation after having him. I do think COVID didn't help either. I was like locked in my house with a newborn, and I felt trapped. It was a very difficult time for me, and I did end up taking medication to help with that. And I was on it for, I want to say just over a year. And with my doctor's help and with therapy, I was able to get myself off of it. I wouldn't say that I am like healed and I'm like a perfect person that like doesn't need medication ever again, or I don't, you know, this or that. Like, I still struggle with depression and anxiety. That is probably something I will have to handle for the rest of my life. I was on medication before when I was younger too, before I had children, for severe anxiety. And I definitely accept the fact that I may need it again in the future. Don't need it currently. So, but I am very aware of it, and nor am I ashamed of it. So if I need to get back on it, I'm not ashamed to, you know, say, now's the time I need to get back on it. But, and regarding the birth control, I do think the birth control, even though I was on a very low hormonal dose, it was very much affecting my mental health as well as my physical health. So I did stop taking it. You know, we practice other safe sex methods. When I stopped taking birth control, everyone was like, you stopped taking birth control. Are you having another baby? Or are you planning for another baby? That wasn't the case. It was more so I just needed to stop for myself. Eyeliner. I'm gonna put some NYX white liner on my bottoms. There is like a couple questions in here. How did you meet your husband? That is a very like, I mean, it's high school. That's a simple question, but like there's a long story to that, and I haven't told it. So maybe I'll do a long form video on that. Yeah, I'm so sorry I didn't get to all of them. I'll definitely do another one of these soon. Okay, what's your favorite thing about being a mom? It's my favorite thing, but it's also one of the things that scares me the most about being a mom, and that's being able to like take a piece of you and put it in another person. So like I have little bits of myself like just running around in my children, and while I love it, and you know, I literally wouldn't want it any other way, it does scare me a lot at times because, you know, as an anxious person, I do have anxiety about my kids getting hurt. The thing that I love most is definitely one of the hardest things about being a parent. I also really love getting to help and watch someone experience the world and learn like right in front of your eyes. And so pretty. And okay, one more question. First time mom here, any one must have baby item? Nose Frida to suck out snot. Definitely. Yeah. That and or a really good sound machine, because that will be your best friend so that you can do things around your sleeping baby, especially at nighttime. And hopefully that takes away the dead noise and they keep sleeping. That's it. I was gonna do a little try on for you guys, but this video has gotten extremely long. So if you want to see my little clothing try on, head over to Instagram or TikTok. It will be there. I wanted to thank you all as well for like having patience. Over the last couple months, I will be posting more regularly, and please let me know if there's anything you would like to see specifically. I'd be more than happy to do some like vlogs or more try-ons. Just let me know in the comments below. And yes, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.